everyone, welcome back to Ormsby Farm, the Halfway Homestead. On today's video, I am sharing with you my favorite, easiest fresh bread recipe. Now, this is a yeast-based bread. It's an Amish white bread, but have been starting to use a whole wheat flour that I get from Azure Standard, just for lifestyle and dietary changes. So I wanted to bring you along and show you. It's going to be a quicker video, but show you how I do it, and I'll leave the recipe down below. But for those that are new, hey y'all, I am Casey over at Ormsby Farm, the Halfway Homestead. I was the city boy that moved to the country, that moved back to the city, but I'm about to move back out to the country. And so if you're interested in these type of videos, baking from scratch, cooking from scratch, canning, homesteading, chickens, and more, I hope you go ahead and press that subscribe button and press the bell, because that way YouTube will notify you anytime that I have new videos coming out. So let's go ahead and let's get the yeast going and blooming. So let's get into the intro.
Ormsby Farms and the Halfway Homestead.
Alrighty, so let's get the yeast blooming. That's what they call it when you get it activated. And y'all, all of my lights and stuff are charging for tonight's live. So we gonna just be the good old God's light and Casey's arm holding it up. So what I'm gonna do, and again, I'll leave the recipe down below so you don't have to worry about following me, but I'm gonna flip you around and turn into a voiceover. I've modified the recipe a little bit now that I've been using the whole wheat flour, just because it's a little more dense. So let's go ahead and get started. Alrighty, y'all, let's get started by activating our yeast. So I'm going to put in the cane sugar. Now I've been using cane sugar and I absolutely love it. I got rid of all of my white flour and sugar, but recipe will be down below, so I'm not gonna tell you the measurements over here. But now I'm gonna add in my yeast. Y'all, I keep my yeast in the freezer and it still proofs beautifully. So just a little mental note, if you wanna put yours in the freezer, it works. Now I'm gonna add in my water. I use the hot setting of my tap water. Nothing special, y'all. I'm gonna add that in there before I get it all mixed up so we can get it activated. And what I'm going to do is I'm gonna get kind of a whisk and whisk it together, and we're gonna wait for it to bubble or foam. So you see here, I'm gonna go ahead and whisk it up. It's gonna look something like this. And then within 10 minutes, it's gonna look something like this. Kind of like you poured a soda in there or something. I'm gonna take a spoon, I'm gonna show you the foaminess of it. This means that your yeast is good and that it's proofed and ready. So now I'm gonna go ahead and add in some salt. I use pink Himalayan salt. Add that to the top and use the oil of your choice. I like avocado oil. Now, y'all, I've used all different oils, so it's really just your personal preference. But I'm gonna add the oil in there before I add in the flour. I'm using a whole white wheat organic flour from Azure Standard. Now, the thing about the flour is it depends on your humidity and the temperature in your house. It can be anywhere from 4 to 4.5 to even 5 cups. So you really want to start with the lowest amount of flour, get it mixing, and then add it in gradually by the 4th cup until it becomes the dough ball that you want. You see, I'm putting it in my KitchenAid. She's looking a little rough, but she's still riding or dying with me. It's going to start forming the dough. I let the dough clean the edges itself, and then I like to take it out and knead it on a flour worksheet. Now, so I'm not washing 4 billion dishes. When we let this dough rest, we're going to put it back into the clean bowl and have it oiled up. Now, if it's already cleaned from the dough ball before, just add a little bit of oil in there. I wrap it around like a big old ball, and I'm going to put it back in there and cover it up so that it can rise. Now, I like to put my dough in the oven off, but with the light on. So I'm going to cover it with a light tea towel. I'm going to put it in the oven with the light on, and we're going to let it sit for about an hour until it doubles in size. So you see here, this is my first rise, y'all. So the fun part is we're going to punch it down, which sadly enough, I didn't get that on video. This is the second rise right here. This is when you're going to go ahead and oil up your bread pan and put it in the bread pan, shape it the way you want to. I like to roll it out and then roll it into like a log. I didn't show any of that, y'all, which was crazy. But this is how it looks before it's rising. I'm gonna let it rise a little bit more until it doubles in size and put it in the oven, 350. So when it's preheated and you're gonna put it in for 26 minutes. I'm gonna turn it off. I'm gonna pull out the bread. The bread smells amazing. I wish it was like Smell Cam, but this is the easiest, like 4 recipe. What is it, 3 or 4 ingredients, breads? Now, yes, I could have made that little corner look a little bit prettier before it rose, but it tastes all the same, y'all, and it is so much healthier than anything you could get into the store. Look at that. That is absolutely gorgeous, and I'll go ahead and let it cool before I cut it. Alrighty, y'all, and just like that, it is so easy to make your own bread. I'm telling you, I've done it for years now. Now, this is the first time that I've been using the whole wheat flour, and I finally have gotten into a little bit of a swing of how to use it because it is healthier for you. You know what's in your food. It doesn't last as long as store-bought bread, but that's because there's so many preservatives in those. Don't get me started on that. But y'all, remember the recipe I will leave in the description box down below. So go ahead and save it and put it in your favorite recipe folder so you have it. But also, if you are enjoying these type of videos, especially the baking videos, leave me a thumbs up and go ahead and press that subscribe button if you haven't already, and press the bell so you're notified anytime that YouTube puts that I put new videos on YouTube. But also, you can follow me on social media at Instagram, Facebook, and Threads at Ormsby Farms. And I will see y'all in the next video. Thanks for stopping by. Be blessed, y'all.